Well, it is 2:09 on October 9th, 2022. And let me put this little pen back in here and turn this on airplane mode so I don't get bothered. And then we'll start talking. All right. Well, I've just been reading. I've been going over the Jerusalem Post, looking at some articles written by Aaron Reich, and cool stuff. Interesting. I had to send an email, and hopefully he got it. So I'm looking over a Tanakh. This is a JPS, Hebrew English Tanakh, and what bothers me is that within it, it doesn't make sense. And the only way that it does make sense is if you take a look at it and go, well, it seems like they're trying to hide something. And I think that's the case. So I'm going to go ahead and make that case and say I believe that the editors, the compilers, those people who translated the Hebrew into this English version had an agenda, and they allowed that agenda to change the true meaning of a particular passage. That passage is Psalm 2, verse 12. And I'm going to read you Psalm 2, verse 12 the way it's written in the English, in the King James Version. Now, of course, every Jewish person in the world will be like, it's a King James Version. That's tilted. That's skewed to a particular thing. But I'll read the King James, which has been the version that the Christians have used for over 400 years, since 1611. And I will go there now. No, I won't, because I put my phone on. Put my phone on airplane, so I won't go there at all. So let's try this again. Okay, so we have Bible Gateway, wonderful little thing, and that's number 627. I always pretty much put up number 627 when I open stuff, because that's where the true revelation of where God's name is. He put his name on the children. There it is, on the children. HAYAH, Jerem, HAYAH, his name is HAYAH. And so that's one of the things that's within the scriptures that proves itself. And so, I come to you with that name, HAYAH, so that you'll be like, whoa, how does he know that? And then maybe you'll listen about other stuff. So this is part of the other stuff. And so where I will go now is to Psalms. And I will go to 2. And I will punch in 12. I hope you don't mind me doing this, because sometimes it does take a little more time. So I will give you a shot of this first. I don't know if you can see it or not. And it says, "Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him." Kiss the Son. Yada, yada, yada. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. Him is referring to the Son. Now you would be like, well, that's that KJV twist that the Christians put on that. They want you to think that, oh, Jesus is the Son. Okay, we see where you're going. We get it. I get it. I get it. Okay. So putting your trust in the Son, that you're saying that's not what the Psalm reads. Going back to, you know what? No one's going to call me. And if they do, well, I'll just hang up on them. So we're going to take a look at the Tanakh. And I will go to the Ketuvim. We will go to There it is. So in here, I've got some notes. In here it says pay homage. Okay. So the English translators translated this to say to pay homage. Right about there is the Hebrew. And I'm going to get real close for that Hebrew so you can see it. Okay? That's that Hebrew word that says, kiss the sun. Okay, right there with the arrow in my finger. Now, if you got a good look at that, you're going to realize, you know what, that Hebrew word, that's used other places. And you know, I'll probably put these things up here so you can see them more clearly. But that word is spelled like this. Now, I don't know the letters because I'm a guy with stammering lips and stuttering tongue. But there's your basic Hebrew. Okay? And it's got a shin and a yod and that next thing and followed by a hey. And it is what it is. See, but the upper reading is a dictionary definition of the word kiss. And the lower word is the actual word that comes from the Tanakh. And they share all those letters. Let me tell you, that's kiss. And this little thing over here, this beit resh, now those letters I think I do know. Probably saying them wrong because, again, stammering lips, stuttering tongue. It's not my first language. I don't speak Hebrew. I'm mother tongue English. And so, and that all fits into the Bible as well if you look that up. Beit resh, well, that's like this thing here. That's like bar mitzvah. And if you don't think that bar is a reference to a son, you got to be out of your mind. The bar mitzvah is well established as being bar, B-A-R. Now, Ben is well established as being born of or son of so-and-so. Balaam, son of Beor. Or no, it's Balak, son. I don't know which one's son of who. But the word there is Ben. Beit Nun. But this is not Ben. This is bar. And bar is definitely son. Because we have the bar mitzvah. Now, you can either change the entire bar mitzvah situation all across the entire world such that it no longer means son, but it's a little late for that. We already know that bar means son. And so in this, we have those two words, kiss the son. But then at the bottom, and I think I will put these things up here, at the bottom of the page, but I'll show you that again as well. It says, you know, the things between D and D. All right, so right about where my finger is are the things between D and D. You'll see that there's two D's, one on the end, one on the beginning. You go down here to the explanations. Oh, I'm going to get out of my own video. Well, that D and D thing says this. Meaning of Hebrew, uncertain. I don't know. I don't even speak Hebrew, and I can pretty much figure that says kiss the son. Because the first word is kiss, according to the dictionary, and the second word is bar, according to bar mitzvah, and so that makes a son being kissed. Kiss the son. But you want to translate it as pay homage in good faith. Okay, so why don't you write pay homage in good faith in Hebrew, and then compare that to this. I guarantee you they won't even be close. That's why they say, well, it's uncertain. It's of uncertain meaning. Because if you give it a meaning, if you're certain of the meaning, people will research that and go, that's not what that means at all. Because nothing else fits. So why did the psalmist write, kiss the son? Because there is a son that needs to be kissed. And that son is the Messiah. And the Messiah did come and is Jesus Christ, Jesus of Nazareth. And everybody after the fact chose to, well, we're not really sure. But those two words are used exactly the way the English translators of the KJV said they were for the past 400 years. Oh, and where I got the definition from that? That's this place here. I think it's Jew Fact or Jewish Facts. I believe it's an Israeli, it's .il or il. So it's definitely a Hebrew source. And they say that means kiss. And bar mitzvah, you can't get around that. You cannot get around that. Why? Why would they say we can't understand what that means? Because they don't want to understand what it means, because it points to a new form of Judaism that took hold 2,000 years ago, that got itself renamed to Christianity, when what it really is Judaism. True Judaism. The Messiah has come, but you've been living under a lie for 2,000 years. And now you had better kiss the Son, lest his wrath be kindled, which could happen at the end of this Sukkot. Oh, by the way, happy Sukkot. Maybe the last one that gets celebrated for a bit. Well, there might be a couple more. But the bottom line is this. Someone tried to cover up the truth when printing a publication for the Jewish people, such that they could remain in power and the Jewish people could remain confused, when clearly their scriptures written in antiquity and brought through say exactly what they say. And if I have to say it, I think it's, how do you say that word? Nishka, Nishkud, Nishka bar, kiss the Son. I could be wrong about it. Again, stammering lips, stuttering tongue. It's just, this is what you get when a non-Hebrew speaker tries to speak Hebrew. But the bottom line is, clearly these two words mean what they mean. Even Jewish people know that those two words mean what they mean. And yet you're going to say the Jewish Publication Society can't figure out what that means? They don't want to figure out what it means. Because as soon as they print what it really means, people then ask the question, who is this Son that I must kiss? That it go well for me, that I, before his wrath is kindled. Who is this Son? And that only leads one place, that the Messiah is a man, is born, is... I don't even want to go there with you. You got enough to swallow with this. Why did these people at the JPS and others choose to not interpret this simply as it reads, kiss the Son? Why? Agenda. When you say agenda, because then they would have to kiss the Son. They would have to then become what is now Christian, but what really should just be Judaism in its proper state. Is that to say that Christianity is correct? No, Christianity has a lot wrong with it. And Judaism has a lot wrong with it. But the God of the Torah, whose name is HAYAH, who Moses said his name in Egypt, and they knew his name, he's still God. And his word will come to pass. Now, I'm talking about this Tabernacles as being the moment, the twinkling of the eye, the moment when new Christian writers, Paul, speak of a moment when we'll all change from temporary to permanent in a flash of light. The same way the Jews moved from a temporary hut, a tabernacle, a sukkah, into a permanent home in a flash of light that is sunset 7 days from now. Well, it sure sounds like the prophets are revealing the hand of God according to Hosea 7:3. That God does nothing before first informing his prophets. If we say that 2,000 years ago the Messiah did come, and we refuse the name of Christianity and we simply say he came, he is the Son that we must kiss in order that things go well for us, lest his wrath be kindled, and we haven't done that for 2,000 years, then it's time to kiss the Son. And what I'm saying is that on that day, the people should come together as one people, as in Babylon. Babylon was the negative connotation of this truth, that if the people can be as one with one language, nothing is beyond their capability. Great. God saw them wanting to do evil with this promise, and he confused their languages. We want to do good with these promises. We want to make his word come true, be fulfilled, that God the Father, HAYAH, would fulfill this feast in the manner that he revealed to his prophets, in the manner that he revealed to Saul of Tarsus, a Jewish-born, studied man, who then saw the truth of the Messiah being the Son whom should be kissed, and lived his life appropriately because of that knowledge. And his prophecy, his knowledge of what God would do was specific with this feast of Sukkot, that God would then fulfill it in this way, from temporary to permanent in a flash of light. The Father's name is HAYAH. He told that to Moses. He said that Moses should have them, or that they would put his name on their children, and there it is, HAYAH, Gedaliah, okay, Gedal, HAYAH, the fast that you just celebrated a few days ago. His name is on that name. What else have they been lying to you about? What else have these men from Jeremiah 23 dreamt up, dreamers, and lied to you about, liars, that God is going to give to them what they're due because of this? Go read Jeremiah 23, your prophet, Jeremiah. Read what he has to say in 23 and ask yourselves, have you forgotten the name of God? I guarantee you have, because no one knows this. I'm the only person that's come forward with this, with the proof that it's sitting there in Numbers 6:27. Moses, 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 and Moses. Moses heard the name. Moses spoke the name. Moses knew the name was recorded properly, and Moses knew that it was on the children. Are you really following Moses if you're following people that take this and change it? Who do you want to follow? Moses was the one to follow. They followed him out of Egypt. You need to get back to the actual written Torah and read it with the understanding that the Messiah has come, and there is a Son that you must kiss, lest his anger be kindled against you, and put your trust in him. Should you believe me? There's going to be one that comes who is like Moses. That's my other video. You need to take a look at that too, because my life has been incredibly scripted by the hand of God to look a lot like Moses, and that's very strange. But here I sit, and I got nothing else to do except follow this out however it falls out. So that's what we're talking about. I'm here to tell you what I know, what I see, what God has revealed to me in your scriptures. Not the KJV, yours. You go look up those two words. You go put those words in a translator. You go to a regular dictionary, and it says bar and it says kiss. And it's kiss the Son. But it's too complicated for these men to ascertain. You're being lied to. Am I anti-Semitic? Absolutely not. I'm here for the Jewish people, that they would know the truth. You're being lied to. And this may be one of the ways that you see it. God bless and take care.